All right, good afternoon, listeners. It is 1:30. It is time for the Tech Talk show this afternoon. So with the corona outbreak across the world right now, I thought it would be great to have a talk around how Power BI can help us with the analysis of the corona pandemic and how we can use this data. How Power BI can help us use this data where we can make predictions with this data that we have in Power BI. So this afternoon, I have Deji Folarin on the show with me. Deji is very powerful with data and is also a Microsoft MVP. Deji, you're welcome on the show this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kazim. So I'm excited to be here this afternoon.
Okay. Perhaps you still want to go ahead and reintroduce yourself before we get to the meat of the day.
Okay, so my name is Ayodeji Folarin. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and also Microsoft most valuable professional. And I've been in the IT industry for a while, since 1995 to be precise. And I'm actually a computer science graduate, so I enjoy doing what I do. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, Deji. So let's get started right now. We've had talks around Power BI in the past, that's in previous episode of the show. But for the benefit of those joining us newly today, do you mind, can you help us quickly reintroduce what Power BI is and what we can use Power BI for?
Okay, great. So Power BI is actually a wonderful tool for data visualization and data analysis. So it helps you in taking good and informed decision. So with the help of Power BI, you can quickly get insights from your database and use that insight to take good decision and also go into the future for foresight. So that is what Power BI is majorly used for.
Okay, thank you, Deji. Let's delve straight into the topic of the day. The topic for today is analysis of COVID-19 using Power BI. That's analysis of COVID-19 pandemic in Nigeria, leveraging on Microsoft Power BI. So, Deji, I want to ask, is Power BI the best tool that we can use to do this kind of analysis?
Oh, great. We have a lot of data-based analytical tools out there, but recently, Power BI was actually ranked the best and is very easy. If a beginner that want to go into business intelligence or data analysis, is a very easy tool for you to get up and running. And also, it's user-friendly and it gives you deep insight with a lot of features that you cannot find in other tools. So for data analysis, I would recommend is the best you can use, and I always recommend it anytime, anywhere.
That's great then. So another question is this. I know that the premise for Power BI or any kind of data analysis tool is data itself. So Deji, what kind of data can we use with Power BI?
Well, with Power BI, you can actually use any form of data. Just think of it, anywhere you have your data, Power BI can connect to over 200 data sources, regardless where they are, be it on Facebook, on Twitter, be it in the cloud, be it on premises, in Microsoft Excel, on the web. So it can talk to any form of data set and is a powerful tool that can actually feed even on a PDF file. If you have your data set embedded in a PDF file, Power BI can get into PDF file, extract it for you for analysis. It can talk to virtually all databases that exist and also allow you to connect to APIs.
Okay. So what if we don't have the data in the format that we really want? So can we use, is there a tool in Power BI that we can use to tidy things up? I mean, is data cleansing, is it possible with Power BI? Is there a tool we can
Of
use for that in
course.
Power BI?
So in Power BI, you can do a lot of data cleansing using your Power Query. So data cleansing, the general term is ETL, extract, transform, and load. One of the best tools you can use for ETL is Power Query. That is a tool in Power BI, and it can do a magical transformation. I don't care how data comes, it will get it clean for you, preparing it for analysis and modeling.
Okay, that's great, Deji. So can you help us, Deji, connect the dots with all of these things we've talked about now by showing us a very quick demo, a 10 to 15 demo example, of how we can analyze COVID-19 pandemic in Nigeria using Microsoft Power BI?
Okay, so let me quickly do that. I would like to quickly show a browser. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, yes, your screen is up now.
Okay, so you can see COVID-19 Nigeria.
Okay. Okay, I can. But Deji, before you proceed real quick, I know that, we talked about data, that you need data to work with Power BI. So can we
Yes.
assume now that, what would be the source of our data in this case?
Oh, great. In this case, I would like to connect to the data right there in the cloud on the website. So I'm going to the ncdc.gov.ng website. There's this data that gives us daily analysis. So I want to connect Power BI to the website so that as they update their detail on the website, my Power BI screen will be updated immediately. So I don't want a situation whereby I will download and go through the process every day. I want to build an application that will run for life. As long as they update what is here, it updates what I have on my Power BI visualization screen. So I'm connecting to the web.
Okay, so you can go ahead, Deji, yes.
Okay, so thank you very much, Kazim. So this is NCDC website, and every day I always come over to this site to check out what is going on state by state and so on. And I feel I should pick this data set into Power BI and do a nice analysis with it. And I felt not just that alone, I tried to go to Wikipedia to look at the population of different states in Nigeria. So I will also get connected to this site to see what is going on. Now, let me move back to my Power BI screen. On my Power BI screen, the very first thing I need to do is to get my data. So if I go to get data on Power BI, let me drop down get data. You can see Power BI can connect to lot of data sets, but I'm connecting to more data sets to answer one important question Kazim asked when we started this section, that's where can we get our data from? I said something, Power BI can get its data from lot of data sources, well over 200 different data sources. So I want this to quickly open up so that we can see the list of all data sources Power BI can connect to. As you have it on my screen, Power BI can connect to all these data sources: Excel, JSON, PDF, Access, SQL Server, IBM DB, MySQL, Postgres, Sybase, Teradata, SAP, Google Big Data, and so on. Lot of wonderful data sources. So if you are using any of these data sources, just be rest assured that Power BI can talk to them. But I'm actually talking to the web. Let me type web. Once I type web, I will select web and tell Power BI, please connect to the web. The next thing Power BI will ask for is the URL you should pick the data from. Now, from what I have on my screen, I'm going back to my browser. On my browser, I will pick this URL that connect to this URL and pick the data from that site. So I will dump it there and say, okay, with this Power BI, we connect to that website and spool all the data that are in tabular form for me to work with. So based on what we have on my screen, Power BI has navigated to that site and is trying to pull out all data sets you can see on that site. Now, the advantage of this is much. I don't need to download the data set into Excel or CSV and use my analytical tool to connect to it. And tomorrow, if there's an update, I must go back and repeat that same process. We need to work smart, save time, and come up with great reports. Great results. So Power BI is a wonderful tool that is readily available to get things done the same way we expected. Now, I'm connecting to the site. So connecting to the site, it will pull up all the tables you can see on that website. So once the table loads out, I'm waiting for this to load. Okay, almost done. Great. So you can see two tables on my site. Let me say table 1. What do you have on table 1? It has listed out what you have on table 1. I might decide to clean this table up. Maybe I don't like the way it's being presented. All I need to do, select the table. I need the table. I don't know what you have on table 2. I don't need table 2. I only select table 1 and set transform. Once I set transform, that takes me into the editor. That's Power Query. Now I've already loaded that file into my Power Query. So this is the Power Query where we can do lot of cleaning. So you can do lots of cleaning. Let me just show you some. You can remove column, remove other column, duplicate a column, add column from an example, remove duplicate if there's any, if there's error, take care of the error, change the data type to end of my data type, transform my data set to come out very well, replace value if necessary, replace error. I want to group my work. I want to fill. I want to unpivot. I want to pivot and do so many other things. So this helped me to at least sort out all those issues. So there are a lot of cleaning tasks that I may want to do. My Power Query can get that done for me. This is the data set I got from SCDC. And also I need to get the other data set the same way from the web. I will put the other website there, which is this website, because I want to connect to the population. So let us see the number of people that are affected in the state compared to the population of that state. So that we won't just say Lagos State has the highest. Lagos State may have the highest, but let us look at the index behind. How many people do we have in Lagos State? Lagos State has about 21 million people. And if it's recording that much, no problem. What of a state that is recording just 10 and is having 100 people? So do you find that 10% of the state is almost gone? So I would love to analyze with states. I'm picking this URL, I will copy it and dump it right on my Power BI screen, dump it there and pull out the data set. So that is what I have in population. But I now did something. I did a merge. I want to merge my population. My population will just show me state and population. I want to merge the population with the NCDC data set so that we have a nice data set, just one data set to work with. So I've been able to initiate what we call merge. So that is why we have the NCDC data right in front of my population data set. So if you look at the population data set, this is cool. If I scroll down, I can see that confirmed cases is 0 in some areas. So that is telling me if it's 0 in this area, they've not confirmed anything yet in these areas where I have 0. Okay, so let me go on to do one thing, and that is close and apply my data. If I close and apply this data set, it brings all my data sets into Power BI for proper analysis. So I can see the two data sets here, the NCDC and the population. So the first data analysis I want to do, let me come to a blank page. The first analysis I would like to do is I want to see all the states. I will select states. Once I select states, it has given me all the states in the country. Don't just give me the states in the country. Let me see, can you help me with another visual that will fill the map, to fill up the map for me? No, fill up this particular map. Let's fill it up so that we can give us one insight that we can readily talk about. Oh, great. So we can see this is one analysis I have here. It's telling me all the states in the nation is almost affected.
Hello, Deji.
Don't have any case at all. So some states, we have a state around here, and we have another state around here where we do not have any case. They have no case recorded so far. So are we together, Kazim?
Yes, you can proceed,
Okay,
Deji.
I want
Yes.
to be sure I'm still live. Okay, so this is a good analysis. Now my question is, how did the what's it called, this case go around these whole states, I mean the whole country, and leaving out these two states? So I need to do a further analysis. Now my next analysis will be, let me see what is happening as far as population and the cases identified is concerned. So let me pull up all my states. I want it like a list. Let me use this. List out all my states for me and give it to me based on the population of the country. Don't arrange it according to the largest population, but instead do something for me. Sort this thing by states, and I want the states in alphabetical order. I don't want Zamfara to come first. I want in alphabetical order. I can see Abia State coming up there. So this is a nice report telling me, let me see if I make it like this. How will it show? Will I have all my states out? I think this is okay. Can you see all my states listed?
Yes.
So this nice report telling me that based on all these states, I have Lagos State as the highest in terms of states. Good. Let us now look at this. I want a similar chart. This time, I want the states against the cases. Let me see it against the cases in each state. So this time, let's also rearrange. Let's also rearrange. I want to sort it by the states, and also want it in alphabetical order. So now I need us to start to deduce some analysis here. Okay, I don't need the x-axis since they are both aligned and arranged the same way. X-axis, please go away. Good. So I want this to get closer to what I have here. Now, as you can see this, we have, in terms of population, Lagos State is having that population, and you can see the impact. About 1,900 people are affected in Lagos State. And also, you can see another state, that is Kano, that's number 2. So we have what we have here. But there is something I need us to observe. Look at the population for FCT. The population for FCT is low compared to most of the states. But look at the impact in terms of the number of people affected in the states. Can you see how high this is? So it's not just, so to me, I'm scared about FCT. The population is so low, but look at the height. They are like number 3 in terms of cases that is being affected in the country. So let me take, I don't want the cases, let me look at it against the deaths. I don't want the cases. Let's just look at the death ratio. Look at another big challenge here. So if you are comparing Kano, this is Kano, I'm right, and Lagos, they have the same death rate. But look at the population. Population is different. So to me, I'm more scared about what is happening in Kano. Okay. If the death rate can be as this much, we should be more concerned about how Kano are managing this pandemic. And look at another case here. This is Borno. Look at the population of Borno State and look at the impacts. So this is also alarming. And this is another area we should be conscious about. Sokoto. The population in Sokoto is this, and look at the death rates. So there are some areas we need to look at and put more effort and look at a way of managing this. Now let us see the cases they've discharged cases against the population again. Wow. Look at Lagos State. This is telling me that Lagos, I don't know what they are doing, but they are doing very, very well. They've been able to discharge 500. So number 2 on the list, Kano. Number 3, FCT. Number 4, Gombe. Now, if you look at all these locations, they are doing very well, but lay it against the population, so you will see the impacts. Now, in summary, let us quickly see. I pull up an intro page just some minutes before this section so that we can just see a good impact. So I have the population of the country as we have it there. I might also decide, okay, let me see the impacts. Apart from having this, I might want to see the impact in terms of death ratio. So the second chart I have here, this one is telling me, okay, let me pop it out so that we can see it real big. Okay, this is awesome, telling me the total number of people that are affected, the total number of people that are discharged in the state, and the death ratio in that state. So from what we have here, we can see a good analysis telling us what is happening in each state. So Lagos State, this is not bad. If they can take care of discharge 500, which is a good ratio compared to what you have here. So the discharge rate in Kano is not that encouraging. So it's just 74 out of this lot. And the death rate is just the same thing with what you have in Lagos. If Lagos can have this much, I don't know, can you feel what I'm feeling on these data sets? So
yes,
we should not just be concerned about the total number, we should also be concerned about the death rate. So look at what is happening. It's alarming. Look at the death rate in Borno State compared to the discharge rate. They discharge 12 and the death rate is already 16. This is not encouraging at all. So more things need to be done in some areas and some locations. Some locations they've gotten it right. Let's see how we can help. So let me just stop there because of my time. So this is just a little out of what we can get from Power BI analyzing data around us for us. Thank you very much, Kazim, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Deji, for the insight and for sharing your knowledge with us this afternoon, Deji. But I have a question also for you, Deji. Now that we've been able to see these very nice looking dashboards and, we've been able to carry out, this analysis, Yes, I know one of the things you've also been able to show to us is that we can make predictions. But I want to also ask, outside of building dashboards now, visualization, I mean, is that where things stop with Power BI, or are there other things that Power BI can help us with?
Wow. So apart from visualizing, Power BI comes with analytics. It has embedded in it machine learning algorithm that can help us do projection analysis and forecast. And apart from this, Power BI has a lot of AI tools for things like natural language. It can do question and answer. Instead of wasting my time doing all this analytics, I can just type what I want to do. As I'm typing it out, it gives me the results. And it can use my native language to communicate as well. So let's leave that. Power BI can also, this report, as I have it on my desktop, it can help me share with my colleagues. I can do a mobile version, a mobile layout of this report, and I can share with my colleagues so that on their mobile phone, they can get this report and have a feel of the of the dashboard on their mobile phone. And also, I can actually do what we call gateway. I can do a lot of security. I can publish this on my website and tell people, go in. So I can even restrict your access level. That if Kazim, if you are coming in, you should not see anything outside your domain. If your domain is Lagos State, you only see things that affect Lagos State. You will not see all those things. So Power BI has lot and lot of features around security, collaboration, forecasts, predictive, and lot of analytics.
Yeah, very well then, Deji. Thank you so much. So now at this point, we can take a few questions from the audience. So if you have a questions you would like to ask, kindly put it up in the chat box so that I can read it out to Deji, and hopefully Deji would attend to those questions. So we have a few already, Deji. One is coming from Abdullah, and he's asking that how can we use Power BI to tell a story in line with the situation on ground? I don't know if you have a response to that, Deji.
Okay. Yeah. So the situation on ground, like the analysis I've been sharing, I'm already telling a story. Telling you there are some areas that have gotten it right. There are some states that they needed to place more attention. I made mention of, is it Borno State, that the death rate is even higher than their discharge rate. But other states is not like that. So we really need to look at what is happening there. And there are some areas they've not even discharged anybody, but the death rate is much. So the story around it is already coming out. So with the help of Power BI, we can tell a complete story, and we can even take our analysis into PowerPoint with Power BI tiles to tell a nice presentation story.
Okay. Thank you, Deji. There's
Thank you
another
very much.
question. Yes. Somebody wants to know if you've been able to do forecasting. Were you able to forecast the trend of the pandemic? And what did you get? I guess the
Okay.
person wants to
Now,
know
the
what the real situation is in the country. Yes.
oh, great. So, sincerely, the data available on NCDC that I pull up now will not be able to do that for us. Before you can do a forecast, you must have a trend, a time series, what has been happening along this time series. Now, with the help of the trend, you'll be able to project into the future. This is just a data as at now. So if you have what is happening on daily basis, we can pick up this thing in, put them into PowerPoint. With the ML, machine learning algorithm in Power BI, Power BI will be able to tell us and project into the future. So we won't be able to do that on this, but it's very much possible if you have a time series data set analysis. So this is just for one, as at yesterday night, that's the data set we have there. So that will not give us a prediction into the future.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Deji. So I'm afraid this is how much time would permit us today on the show. So we can see that the crisis, for instance, that we have in our hands has demonstrated that it is almost near impossible for society to completely ignore technology, as they continue to change people's everyday life. So we need to make sure that, we're doing we're doing that via, with technology in mind. So thank you, everyone, for attending today's show, and thank you so much, Deji, for coming on the show with us this afternoon and for sharing your knowledge with us, Deji.
So thank you very much. I appreciate.
Okay, so is there any last words from you, Deji, that you like to leave
My
us with?
last word is always Power BI is less code, no code. If you want to analyze without writing any code, please, Power BI is the application you should go for. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Deji, once again, and thank you, everyone. So it's a wrap on today's Tech Talk Wednesday with Kazim. So let's do this again next week, Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.